Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. And now to honor America, please join in the singing of our national anthem. Representing the three-time Stanley Cup champion New Jersey Devils, Arlette.
I feel like I'm at a game. Oh my gosh. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Hi, this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Sunday! This is the Let's Go Devils podcast, season 5, episode 44, titled Happy Birthday, Fitzy. I am your host, Sam Wu, here with Short Sky and Scotty of SiriusXM Liquid Metal as Beer Baron has been suspended another day. I'm not covering.
Who did he?
Suspended.
He slew-footed Sam Wu in the pregame show. That's what happened, and we had to suspend him for another podcast. No slew-footing there,
No,
Beer Baron.
Actually,
all right.
The real truth is he suspended himself. So as we're streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network. Oh, by the way, aside from it being Fitzy's birthday, turning 54 today, I believe. 54 or 53? I don't know. 54? Also, we have surpassed the 100,000 views on YouTube.
Woo!
Here we go.
Yeah. I remember there were days that we had no views on this podcast. Moving on up.
Thank you, everybody. Wow. That's pretty
Seriously,
impressive.
thank you.
Yeah. So that's one of our news.
It's wild, Sam, to think that this podcast went from just you complaining and then me complaining about the Devils to this. To four of us complaining about the Devils.
We're still complaining about the same things.
Sam, I have to tell you, the earliest memory that I love from the early dark days of the podcast is you with the Mickey Mouse head going 3 more points.
Before we begin, guys, I just want to let the people know we only did 2 podcasts this past week. We're having technical difficulties. Things have changed. Updates started to happen. So I've been working on it all week, all night, trying to get this podcast up. So Just bear with us. You're not going to get your normal daily podcast like you normally do, but it's for a good reason. And as we're trying to prepare for the season, I mean, as you can see, Shorts Guy on cue, we lost him. Somehow we lost him.
Oh, he froze?
Yeah, he froze.
He
you know what? And you know what Shorts Guy said?
Oh, there, sort of.
Yeah,
Sort of back.
sort of
Oh, there
back.
we go. There we go.
I was just about to dump you, Shorts Guy.
Oh, boy. Give him another chance, Samu. Give him another chance.
My lovely Optimum Internet is really going for
Optimum Internet over there is so bad we didn't even know what you were saying when you were telling us something.
Yeah, I know. It's terrible.
Yeah. Owned by a bunch of New York Rangers executives. Anyway.
See, that's the problem.
That's the problem.
They're owned.
There it is, right there.
They're owned by Optimum's owned by Ranger fans, and they don't like us promoting the Devils. So therefore, they make my internet really crappy.
The thing about Optimum,
really crappy on purpose.
Anyway,
yeah.
Conspiracy theories. Optimum Internet.
Conspiracy theories. There you go. Damn Optimum. I just want to say to everyone out there, thank you for like the 1,000K there downloads. I will say I started on the Taxi Squad. I was just a fill-in one time, where a good old Beer Baron called and said, "Hey, the guy I host the podcast with, he's a coach and he's not going to be around for like the next 2 months. You want to like come help me because I can't do this by myself?" In like a slight, maybe a big sense of fear in his voice, but I'll just say a slight sense of fear in his voice. And I think after the first podcast, Sam was like, "So, you want to just do this every Sunday with us?" And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds like a good idea." So anyone out there, your dreams can come true. And I was on the Taxi Squad to start out over here, and I made it to full time. So you can do it too if you have enough ambition and desire.
It could have been a Wally Pipp moment where if I only allow 3 spots, somebody's got to go.
Yeah, luckily enough, Sam was able to work it so we had 4 windows after
Seriously.
that. There was there was a wonder.
Yeah, there was a tear. I forgot about that because we're about to approach the 5-year anniversary of this podcast, that Maiden Voyage.
So
yeah,
wild.
I remember our limitations. Like, I don't know if I can fit 4 people. And then somebody had to get kicked off.
I remember when Sam was like, "Hey, look, I can actually put our Twitter and Instagram handles up there. Look at that." So we're living in this age of technology advances, that they're just wonderment, everybody.
Seriously.
How far along this has come. And Beer Baron still has the worst background in the history of the world. So, I think that was the complaint too. They're like, "Yeah, Scotty's been on 1 episode and he's got a better background than you've ever had your entire time, Beer Baron."
Didn't his background fall down on air once?
Oh, I think multiple times.
You know what? I'll even go further than that since we're on the topic of Beer Baron. Even his excuses of not coming on the podcast haven't changed much. All right, just joking, folks. We're not
with friends like us. Beer Baron needs no enemies. That's for sure.
No. Oh man. Well, it's Fitzy's birthday, huh?
Yeah. What do you think he's going to wish for when he blows out the candles?
I think he's wishing for good goaltending and an injury-free season from Jack Hughes and Nico Hischier. I think that's what he's wishing for.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
What do you think? Now, I'll just throw this out there, and I'll throw it to everybody on YouTube Live and Facebook Live and Twitter Live and Twitch and everywhere else that you might be listening to this show, or perhaps maybe you're listening the next day, the old commute or whatever. Feel free to comment away on the posts that the great Sam Wu puts up there. But I was just looking over some of Fitzy's trade deals, and I was, there are some sneaky good ones in here. Do you guys happen to have a favorite trade so far, or one do you think that's played out the best in terms of what Fitzy has done? Now I can give you a couple examples over here. One, which was his second move that he did, was one that broke a lot of our hearts. But tell you what, it was a damn good deal. Trading Blake Coleman to the Tampa Bay Lightning, and in return, he got Nolan Foote, who receipts are still not cashed on that one yet, and a conditional pick from Vancouver, which ended up being Muhammad Doolin. So Blake Coleman for Nolan Foote and a first-round pick, number 20, that we ended up drafting Muhammad Doolin in. It's a pretty damn good move, I got to say. That's a pretty damn good move over there.
That's a good move, although I think in respect to that one with especially Muhammad Doolin not having seen much of him yet, and the fact that he went back to Russia, I think there's still the jury may be partially out on that one still.
Okay. How about the trade of Sami Vatanen to the Carolina Hurricanes? And in return, what did we receive over here? Frederick Clausen, Yanni Kuokkanen, who is now gone, signed over in the Swiss League, and conditional third-round pick, which turned into Nico Dawes.
Wow.
I think that trade is. I think that trade is the reason why our season wasn't a bigger disaster last year. Because Nico Dawes was the savior of the goaltenders last year.
Yeah.
Having Nico Dawes is having.
What are you laughing at over there, Sam Wu?
He's laughing at the truth, is what he's laughing at. I think.
Can you imagine we didn't have Nico Dawes last season?
Oh my God!
Holy crap!
That's what I mean. It would have been a bigger. It would have been a much bigger disaster than it was. I mean, the biggest disaster of last year was not having Shorts guy as one of the 8 or 9 goaltenders we had. But that's another discussion. That's a discussion we've had. That's the biggest disaster last season. But to have Nico Dawes. Nico Dawes looks like he could be a fantastic NHL goalie once he's matured a little bit more.
I'll tell you what.
Go ahead.
As you go on through the list, I think a lot of Fitzy's great moves is what he's done with those picks from those trades. Yeah. Because he didn't make the Taylor Hall trade, but what he did, the assets that came out of that trade, the Siegenthaler, all that. I believe he got a couple other parts as well, so to speak. So, I think what he's done with these picks, and also Dawson Mercer, who's also hanging out at the VMAs today.
Yeah, so Ken Danica was there too. So Kenny Danica was there.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, how about this one over here? Now, this is another one that I know a lot of Devils fans were upset with, much like the Blake Coleman trade, but I think we got a good deal there. Kyle Palmieri and Travis Zajac to the Islanders. In return, the Devils got AJ Greer, Mason Jost. I don't think either of them are on the team. AJ definitely isn't. Neither of them are on the team anymore. However, they also got a first-round pick that turned into Chase Stillman, and a 4th-round pick, conditional, that turned into big Russian, well, he's like 6'2", young kid, though, Daniel Orlov, left defenseman, who's might be another one that's on the rise, in the same year frame as like a Luke Hughes and like a Seamus Casey and stuff like that. So Palmieri and Zajac going, and in return, Greer, Jost, Stillman, Orlov. Or maybe we should just be reviewing these trades and what we think of them instead of trying to pick our favorite. We're never going to remember. Yeah. But what do you? In hindsight, now let's put the Captain Hindsight glasses on.
I think what's the jury's out is what Fitzy was doing in his first 2 drafts was he had multiple picks, but he would use the later pick and really stretch with that pick. Muhammad Doolin, Stillman. Some were like, yeah, Muhammad Doolin wasn't supposed to go to the third round, or Stillman second, third round. He doesn't have the size, or blah 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 blah. I think what Fitzy has done with his picks is the first, the Devils draft pick that they earned by sucking. He went with more of the conventional route.
Mm-hmm.
And then that second or third pick, he went with a bold pick. So, but the thing about Fitzy is we really won't know how well he did with these picks till 2025. We really won't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. Although I think, not all of them. We'll see some. Basically all of them with his picks. But Chase Stillman, we have a chance to see next year, depending on how he plays.
Mm-hmm.
But how about this one? Now, this I think is just a win all around. We traded Arizona's third round conditional pick to the Washington Capitals, which turned into Ryder Korzak, who is now in the Rangers farm system. And in return, we received Jonas Siegenthaler. Now, I think everyone can agree. That was a win for Fitzy right there, and for the New Jersey Hockey Devils, getting Siegenthaler for essentially nothing. A third round conditional that was actually Arizona's, and the kid isn't even in Washington's system anymore. They've already moved him.
Yeah, that one out of all the ones that you've read so far, that one is my favorite because that's the one that we've seen evidence of it being successful in our favor. So that's so far. That's the one that I would say is my favorite of them all that you've read so far.
Okay.
What about Ryan Graves? That trade.
I was just going to get to that one now.
Sorry.
So the Colorado Avalanche received Mikhail Maltsev and the Islanders' second round pick, which I think we got from them on the. Did we get? Oh yeah, that was a conditional from the Kyle Palmieri, Travis Zajac, which turned into Sean Behrens. I don't know, and then we received Ryan Graves. So Maltsev and a second round pick of the Islanders for Ryan Graves. I'm thinking that's another win for the Devils right there too.
That's another win, and I think that could be another win this year too, with Ryan Graves seeing all of his buddies winning the cup in over the summer.
Contract year.
I can't remember. Yeah, contract year. He saw his buddies win the cup. You got to think, man, that he's going to be coming into the season fired up, wanting to do something and make an impact. Whether he's going to, stick with the Devils or go somewhere else, but this could be huge for him, for us this season. So that trade could even have a different type of impact as this season kind of rolls on.
Shane Van Sickle on the old YouTube is saying that the Graves is his best. He says Fitzy hasn't really wowed him. I think like Sam is saying, Fitzy's moves have yet to see their final, calling there, to see exactly where some of these guys are going to end up. But I think they're all really smart and wise deals that are going to end up playing in our favor. Even if Nolan Foote doesn't turn out to be the big power forward like we're kind of projecting him to be, he may also just be an attractive piece to trade again, in another deal to bring someone along. But being able to land Muhammad Doolin as well, who is another prize prospect there, although like Short Sky was saying, we don't know what's going to happen with him. It was a little disappointing to see him go back to the KHL for this year because he is now on his professional contract. So I like to see that time being played at the AHL rather than the KHL level. So jury's still out there, but I still think it was a damn good deal. Although, come on, who doesn't miss Pickles? Everybody loved Pickles.
Oh, yeah. He was a great character guy. He was a great character guy in the room. Everyone, and a fan favorite, by and far, a fan favorite. So he's definitely missed, but also good for him going on to have success in Tampa. And
And they may have
to
success
do it
with the Flames as well. I mean, they loaded up quickly.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. And
He got a nice contract
they've loaded
up there.
Yeah.
Now he's going to be playing with Johnny H instead of Johnny Hockey. So I don't know.
I think a
Very
lot of
nice.
Up now.
Very nice.
I'm making
Very
things,
nice.
I'm making things up. All right, how
I
about
think a
this
lot
one that
of-
happened in?
All right.
Go ahead.
Let's hear it. No. Go ahead.
Well, how about this one now? This, I think, was a steal right from the get-go. The Devils acquiring Vanacek and the Capitals' second-round pick, right, which was actually from Winnipeg, and they picked up Seamus Casey. Nice, another solid. Isn't he another right-handed defenseman? I got to see. See, right? Yes, he is. Another right-handed defenseman. We gave up the 2 picks in the second round and third round. Ryan Chesley and Alexander Suzdalev. I'm sure I'm slaughtering that last name right there, but Ryan is another right defense. American kid, 6'1", 200 pounds. And Alexander is a left wing. It's another 6'2", left wing. Swedish, Russian. I believe he played in the he came from Russia. So that's another deal that I think is Seamus Casey's got a lot of potential as well.
Yeah.
He might be Go ahead, Sam.
No, I'm just saying on the State of the Fan address last Wednesday, we had Will Scouch on from Scouching, does a lot of video work. And he felt that Seamus Casey was underrated, and the Devils got an absolute steal in the second round. As a matter of fact, he had him ranked high, but somehow he just fell to the Devils' hands, and it's almost like a Brodeur scenario where Fitzy kind of traded down because he flipped picks Washington.
Yep.
So, again, we really won't know if that was an awesome deal to confirm.
Well, we're going to find out because Vanacek is going to be playing for this year. So that'll be an immediate thing. But, no, you're right with Seamus Casey.
But can you imagine if
a lot
both
of people
turned out to be all-stars, eventual all-stars?
Oh, yeah.
You never know. And it's
a lot of people have been talking – a lot of scouts you hear and read about just Seamus Casey's just one of those players like how did he fall that far kind of deal, So
kind of like Dawson Mercer.
Could be one of the steals of the draft. Really, was us being able to land that kid.
I'm excited to see what Vanacek can do for us in net, and then potentially have that. If this trade solves our goaltending woes, then that, I think, goes to the top of the trade list for what he's done. For nothing, almost. Along with if Casey turns out to be just a killer player. But if Vanacek can solve our goaltending issues, I think that by and far will become the best trade that he's done.
Could be.
Well, yeah. Charlie Leddy. We got him for Dmitry Kulikov, basically, when we traded Kulikov to the Oilers. That's kind of a regular one there. Andreas, don't call me Andre Janssen for good old Joey Anderson there. Joey was, a center, I think, who really just never really kind of came together at the NHL level. And it may be the same thing with Andreas Janssen, who is, hasn't showed us that consistency, but damn it to hell. We got so many wonderful and absolutely amazing football calls from one Sam. Sam, can you give us one just for the hell of it? Come on.
Live from Prudential Center at the VMAs, we've got Andreas Johnson, also known as Andre Johnson, lining up with John Marino. Out of the shotgun. Marino snaps. Skates around. Finds Andre Johnson. Touchdown, Devils! Touchdown, Devils! Touchdown, Devils! Don't you ever trade him, Fitzy!
Where's the jersey? Do we still have the football jersey?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's been missing.
Yeah, I'll go get it.
It's
Go with the
okay.
shot.
Okay.
Don't worry
We
about
had
it, Sam.
We had a nice football jersey hanging up last season. We
That
had
was up
Sam
there for a
doing
long
football
time.
calls. Yeah, we had Sam doing football calls. So as though it's really like, I'll say it's a win for us because we got the Sam Wu football calls, in the end from that one. So I'll say good job, Fitzy, on that one.
Oh, big time. Big time.
All right. Well, wait a minute. The Devils acquire. Oh yeah, that's right. I almost forgot about Ryan Murray coming over. That was kind of
Yeah, that's right.
well. I mean, we only gave up a 5th round pick, so that's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
not so bad. I know a lot of people had a problem with us giving away Nate Schnarr for the Hamburglar, which I mean, I don't know. I think that's really really nitpicky if you're complaining about that one. I don't think Nate Schnarr. We'll see. Maybe who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe he'll turn out to be something, but I don't know. I think he was more of a AHL type player, one of those like borderline where you're like, can he just put it together? Can he just put it together?
We've had a lot of that in the last couple of seasons because we've just been dying for someone to come in and light it up on this, for this team and to do well, because we've had such crap over the last couple of seasons. So, when we see like a bit of a glimmer of hope, and then to see it get traded, I think that's why people get upset, which it's understandable.
Yep. Oh, there it is.
Hey,
You got my
We're
Giants
back.
Hutch helmet right there, too.
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
does the Giants helmet fit, Sam?
It does.
Try it on. Put it on, Sam. Come on. Let's see it. Oh, this is going to be good.
This is going to be a good.
Sorry
one.
for everyone just listening and not watching the podcast. Don't forget to watch because you get great moments.
You
like
really want to
this.
see this?
Prudential Center. Ice football with Andre Johnson and John Marino. Live. Sunday. After the game, watch the Ice Bowl.
That looks like
Oh my God.
a Tron helmet on you or something like that. It's so tight on your head.
I used to wear this to Giants Stadium and run into garbage cans for the
Really?
game. Yeah, I'd be like this. Blue 32! Blue 32! And then just like dive in.
How old were you?
32?
Oh, the
Hey,
stupidity. Oh, the
It's
stupidity.
August 28th. We got to talk
Yeah.
about something.
We gotta
Yeah.
talk about
Oh, yeah.
something. Shane, you had the Hutch helmet with Phil Simms. I had the Lawrence Taylor one, and I think I had either a Joe Montana or a Jerry Rice one, I think, as well.
Did you?
I
found
think,
it.
yeah. I'm pretty. Oh, look
Yeah,
at that.
goal
Helmet.
The
Found
goal
it.
late helmet's back.
Yes.
We're gonna
Yes,
have to,
Joseph, I don't
we're
know
gonna
if we
have
can-
you bring that
we
back
need to
this season, Sam.
We need to define the word fit for what's on Sam Wu's head right now. I don't know if fit is actually the right word.
It Fitzy.
Oh, it's August. You can so tell it's August.
We're gonna bring it in full circle. Sam Wu's head might turn into a diamond if that thing squeezes it so much,
Is the sticker still on it? I bought it at a yard sale for $1.
I still see the Giants sticker. Where's the goal helmet? Does it work? People are asking on YouTube and Facebook Live for the goal helmet.
I don't think
He took his headphones off.
He took his headphones off.
Oh boy. People are asking for the goal helmet, Sam Wu. Yeah.
No,
All
not
right. Sam, people are asking for the goal helmet. Want to see the goal
Yeah,
helmet?
I don't have a battery for it right now. It's not charged.
We got a battery.
It's like the Devils power play last season, you know.
Just terrible. Just terrible.
Oh boy.
There was one year
Well, I gotta say,
where the Devils were scoring a lot of goals, and I had the goal light helmet on, and it actually caught fire at the Meadowlands.
Really?
Yeah, smoke was coming out. It short circuited. Oh yeah.
Faulty wiring.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Tune in next week on the Let's Go Devils podcast. I'll have it all charged up. Actually, next week is my birthday, September 4th.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I'll have a birthday party online.
There you go.
Online.
Kind of like what happened during the pandemic all over the place.
Physical distancing, not socially.
Oh boy, man!
Training camp can't open up soon enough for us to get back onto some kind of topic or track.
Yeah,
hey Scotty, I've been working on some stuff for Devils After Dark.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Because you know
New
what the one
calls?
Well, yeah, because you know what we don't have, like, too bad we don't have the rights to the calls to play, you know, when we do the game recaps, because it would be cool. Which that's how this whole thing started, with me making these football calls. Is if we don't have it, we're gonna have to make it ourselves. So I'm thinking about starting to, like, maybe do some pre-recordings beforehand, and then just play it as if, like, we're like on XM or something like that, like as we're professionals.
Right. That'd be great. That'd be great.
And we want to say hi to Steve Tartas and Nate and Cheryl and Matt Junio and Stacy White. What's up? On the old Facebook page. By the way, so Dawson Mercer is at the VMAs. I honestly didn't even know that they still have. They don't play videos though on MTV. So.
I said the same thing earlier because I was cruising through the channels, and basically the VMAs were on like 8 different channels.
I noticed that. Yeah, it's like simulcast everywhere.
And then I'm like, how the hell is there an award when they don't even have, like, I wouldn't even know, like, aside from a band putting out, like, on their social media, like, I don't know if there's even a place where you can get in, like, just a total aggregate of videos, because MTV sure as hell doesn't do it anymore.
Yeah, it's just YouTube basically. That's it, you know? Like,
man.
So I don't know. Where else would you rather see Dawson Mercer tonight than the VMAs?
I got no answer.
Practicing.
Okay.
Yeah, this is all the distraction, I'll tell you. To be honest with you, I haven't watched VMAs since, like, Eminem when he won something.
Training? Okay. Matt Junio says agrees. Training. Yeah, how about we have Dawson Mercer at the Jets-Giants game earlier? I like that idea a lot better than the VMAs. Jets-Giants game. Would have much rather seen Dawson Mercer there. Chugging some beers, maybe, you know?
Yeah.
Like throwing down.
Yeah, but you gotta imagine
interviewing drunk.
You gotta imagine he's one of the nice Devils private boxes, probably just shotgunning beers all night long. Why not?
Okay, we got Roosevelt Park and Edison to skate with some people. I don't know if Dawson Mercer is a boarder Or he's got to do inline skating, right? I don't know if he's got any freestyle skills. Where else in New Jersey could Dawson Mercer rather be than the VMA Awards?
Eating Taylor ham.
Eat at a deli. On a deli tour. He could be on a deli tour, going around a bunch of different delis and getting subs at different delis and seeing which one has the best sub. Okay.
Oh, you know, him and Amanda Stein.
With our good friend Chico Resch.
With Chico. Yeah. Pork roll. Oh, Steven is saying pork roll. Oh, boy.
Nah, if you no. It's always been Taylor ham.
It's Taylor ham.
1906, the federal government got involved with it because of crony, corrupt government that said something like, "Oh, you can't call it that."
What year was that again?
1906.
1906, huh? Okay.
Yeah. They changed the name from Taylor ham to "You can't call it that." That's what happened.
Okay. Brendan Warner saying bagel spots. Maybe he should be going around to different bagel shops. Dawson Merger on the bagel prowl. The bagel beat. Like a news reporter.
And he's going to get criticized by us Devils fans for coming in training camp out of shape.
Seriously, yeah. All these suggestions. All these
Dawson
suggestions
Mercer
are just going to lead to him not making the body fat
his
test.
conditioning, his fitness isn't very good. Send him down.
Dawson Mercer ate 16 everything bagels with cream cheese on one Sunday afternoon. Send him down to the boardwalks too. Let's start sampling all the pizza. Which boardwalks got the best pizza? All right.
Yeah, and fries. It'll be a pizza and fry tour if he's going on the board.
Okay. Yeah.
He's putting on some weight.
Which one? What happened, Dawson Mercer? Well, fans maybe do bagels and subs and pizzas every single weekend. Trying to go find out the best one. I tell you the truth, I'd be more interested in the results from those surveys than anything at the VMAs. I'll be quite honest with you. So I didn't even know it was at the Prudential Center.
I didn't even know that they still had VMAs, to be honest with you. That's probably a reason why they picked the Prudential Center. No one would know.
I only found out yesterday that they were even having them in Newark because someone I know is working security there tonight. And I was talking to him yesterday at the Red Bulls game. Yeah. Who I found out.
Will the New Jersey Devil be making an appearance?
I would assume so. But interesting kind of side note to this. I was talking to this guy, and he goes on to tell me he used to be one of the assistant equipment managers for the team back when Sean Burke was on the team.
Wow.
Yeah, right?
I'm wondering if they're going to wear one of those jerseys because they were aiming towards a different demographic other than people from New Jersey to actually wear it.
You know that they're
please
don't. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some kind of a Devils thing in the dumb giveaway bags that all these useless people get that are at the VMAs.
Oh, Sam Wu, did you actually get the starter jersey? Or did you just send a picture of it?
No, I sent the picture of it because I thought, I just sent the picture.
Okay.
No, I didn't have $666 to blow on the old starter jersey from years ago.
Actually, yeah. You know what? That reminds me, too. We'll have to say congratulations to a friend of the podcast. Joe Morella just had a new baby girl, and wouldn't you know it, she weighed 6 pounds and 66 ounces coming out over there. So nurses have never seen that before, ever. And I was like, bro, we got to get her an Iron Maiden Number of the Beast t-shirt, obviously, and B, she is going to be a New Jersey Devils fan for life. 100% coming out at 666. So congratulations, Jocelyn. We already got your jersey. I'm gonna get a good one coming for you. That's pretty rad.
Yeah, that's
I ain't got a lot this week. We're running on fumes.
We really are. We really are. Like I said, training camp can't
Shane
start
Van Sickle. He said, "Come on, guys. Even the Taylor Ham Company guys call it pork roll. It's all politics. All right. It's all they don't want to alienate the people that wrongly call it pork roll. All right. Everybody knows it's been Taylor Ham for years. Then some George Case probably paid off the FDA in 1906 to say that no, it's not really ham. I can argue that to death.
We know.
I can argue with people. I get in fights with people. Like anytime I order Taylor ham, egg, and cheese, or whatever, and they say pork roll, and I always correct no Taylor ham. And then sometimes every once in a while,
same thing in Wildwood.
Yeah, and every once in a while I'll get it back and forth, and they're probably spitting on my breakfast sandwich afterwards. But but I always have to make the point. They're like, it's the same thing. It's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Nope, it's not the same thing.
Gotta love New Jersey. We're such a small state, and we cannot agree on virtually anything. It's fantastic.
It's just like Devils fans.
I love it.
Just can't even agree. Always have to troll each other. I mean, think about Harris and Blitzer when they bought the team. They thought, oh, okay, it's a Jersey team. Oh, it's a nice investment. And now I think they realize, like, all we do is complain. We bring that Jersey toughness, tough crowd to please.
Oh yeah.
They saved the team from bankruptcy or moving, and we still hate them after all the millions that they put down.
When's our training camp again?
I don't know, September 15th?
September 15th?
Something like that. Mid-September, that's when the players come in. They do all their, promotional stuff for the first few days. They start videotaping and all that. And then Amanda Stein and Chris Westcott and Catherine Bogart, they got all these videos.
Rookies are on the 14th. And then the vets come in a week later on the 21st. So, hey, just a couple weeks away.
Prospect tournament in Buffalo. Yeah. Chico and Matt are going to be up there. They're going to be live streaming that live, hopefully.
Very nice.
Live stream has been getting better over the years, and the prospect tournament. And now it's like, okay, game on. COVID is subsiding. All this in-person stuff. I think this is going to be a good thing. I think it's going to be great.
And what's today? The 28th, 29th? What is it? 28th?
28th. Today is the 28th.
So the first preseason game is just under a month away, September the 26th, Monday against the Habs up there in Montreal. So we're getting closer and closer. Thanks, Sweet Ozzy, because I don't know what we're talking about here.
Yeah, right.
Hey, you know what? We just figure it out.
We just figure it out.
I felt bad not doing a podcast this past week, but I just had. I mean, when we had
you're having some technical issues.
I couldn't even be on with Bryce Salvador. That was an hour interview that Nick had to himself with Bryce Salvador, and I had to text him questions because I wasn't on.
And Sam, people still complain about you, even though you weren't even on the podcast.
Yeah. So we post on Twitter the podcast, right? The live video feed and all that. And somebody just ripped on me how terrible I was on the podcast, and I wasn't even on. I literally wasn't even on. And he deleted, and after Nick called him out, then he just deleted the tweet.
Sam Woo's got haters.
Hey, you know what? Just like Taylor ham, folks, you got to have pork roll, people. It's a necessary evil because it keeps me going.
It's a necessary evil.
Of course it is. Like when I go into that bagel shop or whatever, I order that Taylor ham, and when they try to correct me, nope, not going to have any of it.
Craig Best, you're right. Sarge is in charge, but we talked about all that last week, actually. Okay, Chris. Here we go. Chris Zulowski. We'll go with Zulowski, I think. How do you think Miles Wood is going to do this season? Well, we saw a glimpse of him last year, and he seemed to, just be really, really determined to spend, even if it was just a couple games, some time on the NHL ice last year. And liked what I saw, considering what he's coming off, that hip surgery, in the few games. But it was only, I can't remember, was it like 2 or 3 games that he played, tops, I think, before they just shut him down for the rest of the year. So I really think with Miles Wood, we know where he's got his power. He can be an agitator if he wants to play that role. A bit of a protector, but really his best asset, well, his 2 best assets are obviously his size and his speed. And if he loses that speed, will he be the effective player that we saw in previous seasons prior to the injury? Now, they can just park him in front of the net, a la who was doing that? Bastion, was doing it last year. But his speed, he really used to his advantage, especially that 19-goal campaign that he had, where he was putting up some points. And we know Miles can be a leader in the locker room as well. But really, you got to see how those hips are going to react to him out there on the ice, making those stops, making those goes, the turns and the cuts. The legs, he can do squats for days and get those legs, pumped up. But, is he going to be able to stop? You remember when Miles started, he just kind of like ran into the boards to kind of stop himself because he was going so fast. We can't have that anymore. Before he got hurt, he seemed to be a little bit more in control of his skating and really using that to his advantage, especially with this team, which is lightning fast. When they did use the speed last year, you saw them take advantage of some of the older teams as well, who you thought maybe just might push them around and beat them up. But if you add someone like Miles, who's got that size, obviously he's got the grit. We've seen him drop the gloves a number of times. Can he be someone to actually use that speed, or is he going to be related to more of a slower, bottom 6, kind of power guy where you may be able to park in front of the net a la Brian Boyle did those 2 years in New Jersey. But obviously Brian was much older. Miles is younger in his 20s. So the real question for Miles Wood is if he's got that speed, I think you're going to see some nice results from him. But the real question is can he do those stops? Can he do those starts again? And get momentum and get that speed burst going like he used to have to be able to get himself open and be able to pounce on some of those rebounds and find himself in the lane, before the defense can get them to cover.
Well, actually, Scotty, it's funny you say that. Before he signed that 1-year deal, the Devils already liked what they saw. I guess there was a private skating that they session he did. They were okay with it. So I'm confident with that. I think what Miles Wood, Eric Holla, Palat, I think what Miles Wood is going to bring is that team culture, that leadership, because he's one of the elder statesmen of that youth movement right now. And I think that's where probably he's going to be the most effective, and he's going to get a multi-year contract out of the Devils on a contract year. How he is in that locker room, I think the speed and the stopping and all your concerns, I think it's going to take a little time, but I think Miles will do okay. And the one thing we saw Miles do well during that pandemic year of 53, 56 games, he was in control of his own destiny. He was in control of his game. He wasn't like a reckless freight train that couldn't be stopped. In matter of fact, I think he knew when he could be reckless and when not to be. So I think that the maturity was there. It's just, unfortunately, we didn't get to see much of him last season. But if he can get back to what he was in the previous season and bring that leadership to a young team, and he's 26 years old, combine that with Palat, Howla, Brendan Smith, some of these new acquisitions, I think that locker room culture is going to be a lot different from woe is me, losing streak to making everybody better. Whether he does it on the stat sheet or not, I think that's what he's going to bring. That's just me.
Yeah, you can't argue he's going to bring, he'll be there as, like you said, the most experienced guy. And if the Devils like what they saw in that private session, then they got to believe that there's something worth signing him for. Plus, with the one-year deal, he's got to prove it in order to either stay here or to go somewhere else to make some money. So you're going to think he's going to put everything he can into this coming season, which, with all hope, benefits us an incredible amount. I'll kind of judge, obviously judge him, within the first, 2 weeks of the season, see how he does. Watch his skating, like you said, Scotty. Watch his stops and starts. Just see how he reacts, because you don't want him to come. The fear, I think, too, is that he comes into the season a little bit gun shy, fearing that he's going to, re-injure himself somehow. So as long as he's got to have confidence. So I think as long as he has confidence coming into the season, I think he'll do just fine. And if if they need to put him in a different, different position or not a different position, but play him in a different way, I think that they will definitely find some kind of a role for him to play within this team. And, he's going to have to prove it at that point, only being on a 1 year. So.
All right. Look at us. With
Got
like 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go on the podcast, we kick it in. Talk about bagels and subs and pizza the whole time, and then in the last 10 minutes, actually talk about
Devils hockey.
A couple questions on the YouTube Live.
Okay.
I want to answer. Matt M. asked a couple times. Got to address him. Hey, when is the next in-person podcast? Matt from South Jersey. After we just talked about all of our tech issues, ongoing tech issues, opening night, Taj Lounge 973. It's going to be a big event. It's a Saturday night. We're going to be there early. We're going to set up. We may be outside. We're not sure yet, but and then we're going to come out with our tour schedule, so to speak. And again, it's been a while. Us doing it, and matter of fact, we have a booked private party, Durango Steve's party.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, and there's going to be players there and all. It's a private party. By the way, this Let's Go Devils podcast is available for bat mitzvahs, bar mitzvahs, sweet 16s, graduation, weddings, cocktail hour. You want a podcast at your cocktail hour?
Everyone.
Have us.
Yeah.
We don't come
We'll do
cheap. You know what? We'll do anything for money here on the Let's Go Devils podcast. Also, Brendan Warner saying nice things. It's nice to people say nice things. Do you get a catfish bagel, Sam? Just kidding, LOL. And I told him I got a story about it. So there was one time.
Please tell me you didn't get a catfish bagel.
No, but close.
Oh boy.
So one time I went to the bagel place locally. They hand made bagels right in front of you. They've got like the fryer right there. So everything's homemade, handmade right in front of you. And of course, I'm going on a bagel run. And one of the orders was an everything bagel with lots of cream cheese.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy misunderstood me, and he thought lox of cream cheese, like the fish. So I came home and was like, what the heck is this crap? Actually, I kind of liked it, but, lots of cream cheese, lox. Now I say it differently now.
Gotcha. Extra cream cheese.
A lot of cream cheese. Use hand signals or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That was my only, experience with fish and bagel at the same time. Learned my lesson. Yeah. Just wanted to answer that question.
There you go. And it's been
There's no
answered.
like catfish salad, like salmon salad or something like that.
Hey, I don't know. You know what? I'm going to have to upgrade. I mean, catfish is representing of bottom feeders, and I think this team is moving on and up.
Moving on up.
Yeah, moving on up. We're going to be eating lobster tails here at Taj Lounge 97.3, the lobster tail pasta.
Which
Another
bottom feeder too, but
another bottom feeder.
But that's high class bottom feeder.
It's a sea bug, Sam. It's a sea bug.
That's old
It's
money.
sea bug.
All over it.
No, it's not. It's a sea bug. It was prison food. It was prison food in colonial Massachusetts.
There you go.
Oh,
Well, congratulations, Shorts Guy, for getting your PhD in history.
I wish it was a PhD. I'd make you refer to me as Dr. Faraday on every podcast, or Dr. Shorts Guy. I would insist it would be Dr. Shorts Guy every podcast.
Can you imagine?
The PhD is still a bunch of credits away.
There are times where I want to go back to school and get a PhD just so I could be a professor and just do nothing. Like, these kids don't care. Just give them
You can be a
A's.
professor with a master's, I believe, Sam.
Oh, yeah, I guess you can. But I want tenure.
Yes.
I want tenure, and I want the 6-figure salary doing nothing. That's what I want.
Oh boy.
It's these college students bribing me with Devils tickets. It'd be great.
Well, I think it's about time to wrap it up then.
Seriously.
Yeah, before we get criticized, we have too much fun on this podcast when it's supposed to be a no fun zone, right?
Dr. Sam Wu fired from his position at the University of Jokes.
Oh boy. Well, I'll start the old final thoughts here.
Yeah,
as we're wrapping it on up. As Sam mentioned about live podcasts, I just want to throw this out there as well. I was supposed to be coming back to the East Coast this week, but had a little change in COVID plans come about out of nowhere. So my trip got delayed, and I'm going to delay it until the Thanksgiving week when I know the Devils will have 2 home games on, I believe, the 12th and the 14th against Edmonton and Toronto. That Monday it can't be that. The 21st and the 23rd, is that what it is? Or 22nd and 24th?
It's got to be around 25th, around there.
Yeah, I think it's the 22nd and the 24th. That Monday and Wednesday, the Devils are home against the Canadiens and the Leafs. So hopefully, maybe we could do a little something from Taj Lounge. Love to see everyone out at the game, and do something a little live in person. If I'm going to be back there on the East Coast, I'm going to be hitting up some Devils games while I'm there. That's the main attraction. If I can't go to the Mets games like I was supposed to do next week or this week here, the Mets Dodgers games, I'll definitely be going to the Devils games in November. So look forward to seeing everybody when I do get back out there later this year.
Nice. So, piggybacking off of that, my final thought is, Scotty, I'll finally get to meet you in person for the first time after 4 years.
Yeah, right?
Actually, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny because when Beer Baron, Shorts Guy, and I first started this podcast, we hadn't seen each other in probably 9 years, or at least with Beer Baron.
Yeah, we hadn't seen Beer Baron in forever.
Yeah, we hadn't seen him forever. We're like, wow, you're married now? Oh, I didn't know that. You're responsible now? Oh, okay.
Nah, he's not responsible. No. That's never changed.
Oh yeah. So that would be, and my actual final thought to kind of go with that too was my final thought there. It'll be fun to this upcoming season, especially you coming home. But this upcoming season is the first one I can go to a bunch of games in a long time. So that'll be fun. Fun to finally get back to Devils games and have some time to do it. So that'll be a cool thing to do. But I'll try to hit up those games that you're at too, and we'll do something from Taj in person for the first time.
Hell yeah. Got to sneak that horn back in there.
Oh, okay. That works.
Final thoughts. It's been a rough week for me trying to figure out all the tech stuff or whatever. And then it was like around 2 a.m. or 2:30 a.m. I was actually trading emails back and forth with some engineers of what's going on and all that kind of stuff. And I thought to myself, why am I doing this? Why am I up at 2:30 in the morning? And I realized you, the audience, looking at you, you're a big part of our lives now. And that's what drives us. And, we do this podcast. And also talking to Bryce Salvador before I started sounding like a robot, talking to him off air before we did the State of the Fan. And he watches us. He watches us. He listens. And I'll tell you what, one of the greatest, he gave us one of the greatest compliments. Like, you guys are doing it. You guys are, you're putting content out there. But the thing about Bryce, his greatest quality is he pays attention. And we got so many compliments Wednesday's podcast on social media. And it's like, wow, we got Bryce Salvador on for an hour, just spilling his guts as he's, sometimes I think he tunes out in the summertime for a couple hours. But he got me so fired up that if Bryce Salvador says that, hey, this is looking good, I'll go with Bryce Salvador. Maybe not David Blitzer, but definitely Bryce Salvador. He knows what he's talking. We got to get David Blitzer on, not the fake David Blitzer.
I what I will say, that is something that I do miss is Bryce Salvador's breakdowns during the intermissions. Yeah. Because I know Samu and I talk about this all the time in Devils After Dark. Sam is not a fan of analytics, but Bryce is able to really take some of those analytics and relate it to like these real world situations that it just makes it more. Yeah, it really does. Like the way he breaks down plays and the way and the stats that he comes up with to share, during the game and then in the intermissions, I really appreciate. I know I've written down plenty of them and used them in Devils After. Hey, by the way, Sam Wood, this? Credit Bryce Salvador for throwing it out there, but he really does breaks the game down
so much in the last 5 years. He is a rock star when he talks, and now he's on TNT, and he knows his stuff, and and he's a good friend of the podcast, and he listens to everything we say. So you're probably listening in right now to Taylor ham and pork roll and all that good eating fish on bagels or whatever. But hey,
Bryce, let us know, Bryce, on the bagel beat. Let us know your best bagel spot, Bryce.
He's so fit. He doesn't eat bagels.
I know. He's like, I haven't had a carb since 80 or something like that.
During that strike year, I had some
During
carbs.
that strike year, I had a couple carbs. Yeah. All right.
I'm looking for the button.
All right.
Yeah, it's here.
Where's the music? Thank you again, everybody, for all the downloads. 100K, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Really appreciate you tuning in, week out. even on these weeks where we don't have as much news to talk about and go over.
Yeah, but wait till hockey starts.
Oh, we're less than a month. Less than a
Yeah,
month.
we are.
Training camp.
Prospect tournament. Sorry, not camp. Prospect tournament. I think starts September 7th. I know Chico's going to be up there. See if we can get him on the horn.
Yep.
As well.
And then rookies in on the 14th.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Veterans on the 21st, I believe. I think somebody wrote in YouTube Live.
Yep.
We'll keep it here. We'll have it for you. Till next time, let's go Devils.